Today we're going to basically break down different scratches and how they're done and performed, and stay tuned. Basically, I got started DJing when I was about 13 years old. My oldest stepbrother's friend had some turntables, and whenever we would go there, they would be outside playing football and stuff, and I would just kind of sit around with his records, and I learned how to blend and beat match that way. When records like He's the DJ and I'm the Rapper came out, that made me realize that I really wanted to be a scratch DJ, so that's how it all started for me. So right now what we're going to do, we're going to get into two sets of scratches. The first is what I like to call the building blocks, or the very basic scratches, and the second is going to be the more complex scratches that you need to really practice with a lot of dedication. The first scratch is called a stab, and basically the stab is all forward movements on the record. That's called a stab. The chirp is you're moving the record back and forth, and every time you move it forth, you're cutting the record off. DJ Jazzy Jeff was the first person to do this on a record, and he did it with a whistle, so it made it sound like a bird was chirping. And what a chirp basically is a little bit fast. That's pretty much what a chirp is. Another scratch is called a tear, and basically that's when you move the record back and forth, but you kind of pull it back in two segments, so it's like... and that's a tear. So once you got those simple scratches down, you're ready to progress to something a little bit more advanced. The first one is a transform scratch, where you're moving the record slowly, but you're cutting the fader on and off to chop up the sound. So it's like... that's called transforming. The next scratch is called a flare, and basically a flare, you're moving the record back and forth, but you're cutting the sound off in between. So it's a... you can do it like that, or you can do it with your fingers like this. And that's called a flare. The last scratch is called a crab, and basically it's called a crab because you're using your three fingers to move the fader in, and your thumb is a spring. So basically what it is... and when you use it in patterns, it's more like... So I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to Pepsi Smash on Yahoo and learning how to scratch with me, DJ Spinbad. I hope you take all the tools that you learned and develop them, learn how to scratch, and hopefully bring something to this DJ culture. Peace.